Imagine a future where you can turn back the clock on your own body, where wrinkles and chronic aches aren't inevitable, and where a drop of blood can reveal exactly how long and how healthfully you might live. Sound impossible? Cutting-edge science is telling a different story, one filled with epigenetic clocks, genetic tweaks, and surprising therapies that could transform how we age. We start with the idea that you actually have two ages. There's your chronological age, like the one on your driver's license, and then there's your biological age, essentially how old your cells really are. For decades, we measured aging by counting birthdays, but scientists like Steve Horvath at UCLA wanted a better yardstick. He discovered that DNA carries specific markers called methyl groups, which attach themselves to genes and can flip them on or off. By examining these epigenetic changes at hundreds of sites in the genome, Horvath built clocks, including his now famous Grimmage Clock, capable of estimating not just your biological age, but also how long you may be disease-free. As if that wasn't astounding enough, there's another critical piece: telomeres. Each time a cell divides, telomeres get a little shorter. Eventually, that protective tip wears down, preventing cells from replicating properly. Researchers have linked telomere attrition to age-related diseases, but they're now exploring ways to keep those telomeres intact, or even lengthen them. Then there's gene therapy, which adds another layer to this conversation. Scientists have pinpointed longevity genes, like BPIFB4, that can reverse damage in animals. Meanwhile, the Yamanaka factor, a set of 4 proteins, can reprogram adult cells to a more youthful state in lab conditions. In mice, these techniques have reversed wrinkles and hair loss, hinting that one day they might do the same for humans. But genes and DNA modifications are only half the story. That's where the gut comes in. Tens of trillions of microorganisms live inside your digestive tract, your microbiome. New research links this microbial community to everything from mental clarity and immune function to the very rate at which you age. Some scientists call it the big axis: brain, immune system, and gut. And by balancing these microbes, we may soon fend off chronic illnesses far longer than anyone once imagined. Meanwhile, there's another clock inside you, your circadian rhythm. Every cell in your body follows a roughly 24-hour cycle based on light, meals, and sleep patterns. Stick to a steady schedule, and you could boost energy, immunity, even longevity. Disrupt it, and you risk faster aging, higher stress hormones, and disease. But not all solutions are big or costly. Researchers at the University of Leeds found that a simple ear tickle with a mild electrical current, known as transcutaneous vagus nerve stimulation, may help older adults rebalance their nervous system, subtly slowing some effects of aging. Sometimes the smallest techniques yield the biggest impacts. As scientists dig deeper, they're discovering 9 interlinked hallmarks of aging, things like genomic instability, mitochondrial dysfunction, cellular senescence, and stem cell exhaustion. Mitochondria, for example, are the powerhouses of our cells, generating energy for nearly every bodily function. Over time, these energy producers can break down, increasing free radicals and triggering reduced efficiency. Another hallmark involves altered intercellular communication, where cells send confusing signals that spark inflammation and weaken immunity. By tackling these hallmarks with therapies like metformin, rapamycin, DHEA, or even stem cell treatments, researchers hope to slow or potentially reverse the aging process. One landmark trial at 21st Century Medicine gave older men a year-long regimen of recombinant human growth hormone, DHEA, and metformin. By the end of the study, their epigenetic age dropped by over a year, with some men appearing 2 years younger biologically. Incredibly, the changes continued even after they stopped therapy. Of course, you might be wondering what you can do right now. Scientists suggest monitoring key biomarkers like blood sugar, vitamin D, DHEA, and homocysteine, while controlling stress, which can accelerate epigenetic wear, shorten telomeres, and disrupt the gut. Prioritizing consistent sleep can help keep your circadian rhythm in sync too. Personalized health centers like Health Nucleus or Appearance Center can map out your genome, microbiome, and even your brain structure. But let's not forget the basics. A clean diet, regular exercise, quality sleep, and minimal stress remain the time-tested keys to staying young. As research races forward, the possibilities are both thrilling and humbling. Maybe aging isn't the fixed destiny we once thought. Perhaps it's a process we can measure, manipulate, and even reverse. Epigenetic clocks, telomere rejuvenation, and microbiome management suggest that our story of human longevity is about to be radically rewritten. Yet a deeper question looms. If our lifespans start to feel infinite, what about the rest of nature? Could the natural world itself harbor forms of genuine immortality we've barely begun to understand? In our next installment, Part 3, we'll explore ageless organisms that challenge our very definition of life and death, because when it comes to mortality and immortality, we may only be scratching the surface. Stay tuned, our journey is far from over.